Tarkhan Batirashvili, more commonly known by his nom de guerre Abu Omar al-Shishani, is a Georgian Kist militant Islamist and a leader of the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant in Syria. Batirashvili was the leader of the rebel group Katibat al-Muhajireen, also known as the Muhajireen Brigade, and its successor, Jaish al-Muhajireen wal-Ansar. Batirashvili was named commander of the northern sector of Syria by the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant in the summer of 2013. Units under his command have participated in major assaults on Syrian military bases in and around Aleppo, including the capture of Menagh Airbase in August 2013. He is considered one of the most influential military leaders of the Syrian opposition forces. Early life: Batirashvili was born in 1986 into an ethnic Kist family belonging to the Menagh clan. His father, Omar Batirashvili, is an ethnic Georgian Orthodox Christian and his mother was a Muslim. Their village of Burkiani is located in Georgia's Pankazi Gorge, which was a major transit point for rebels participating in the Second Chechen War, and according to his father, a young Batirashvili secretly helped Chechen militants into Russia and sometimes joined them on missions against Russian-backed troops. Military service: following high school, Batirashvili joined the Georgian army and distinguished himself as master of various weaponry and maps, according to his former commander Corps Superior, who recruited him into a special reconnaissance group. He rose to the rank of sergeant in a newly formed intelligence unit, and during the 2008 Russia-Georgia war he served near the front line, spying on Russian tank columns and relaying their coordinates to Georgian artillery units. Batirashvili was never decorated for his military service, and in 2010 he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. After being hospitalized for several months, he was released and deemed unfit for the military and discharged. Upon returning home, he was unable to secure work in the local police force and became very disillusioned, according to his father. Militant activity: according to the Georgian Defense Ministry, Batirashvili was arrested in September 2010 for illegally harboring weapons and was sentenced to 3 years in prison. He was allegedly released after serving about 16 months in early 2012 and immediately left the country. According to an interview on a jihadist website, Batirashvili said that prison transformed him. "I promised God that if I come out of prison alive, I'll go fight jihad for the sake of God," he said. Batirashvili reportedly told his father that he was leaving for Istanbul, where members of the Chechen diaspora were ready to recruit him to lead fighters inside war-ravaged Syria. An older brother had already gone to Syria some months before. In an interview, Batirashvili said that he had considered going to Yemen and briefly lived in Egypt before ultimately arriving in Syria in March 2012. His first command was the Muhajireen Brigade, an Islamist jihadist group made up of foreign fighters that was formed in the summer of 2012. His unit became involved in the Battle of Aleppo, and in October 2012 they assisted the al-Nusra Front in a raid on an air defense and Scud missile base in Aleppo. In December 2012, they fought alongside al-Nusra Front during the overrunning of the Sheikh Suleiman army base in western Aleppo. In February 2013, together with the Tawhid brigades and al-Nusra Front, they stormed the base of the Syrian military's 80th Regiment near the main airport in Aleppo. In March 2013, the Kaveh Center reported that the Muhajireen Brigade had merged with two Syrian jihadist groups called Jaish Muhammad and Katibat to form a new group called Jaish Muhajireen wal-Ansar, or Army of Emigrants and Helpers. The group's leadership structure consists of a military leadership, a Sharia committee, a Shura council and a media arm, Liwa al-Muhajireen al-Army. The latter is the same name as a media group established by foreign Mujahideen fighting in the Bosnian War. The group played a key role in the August 2013 capture of Menagh Airbase, which culminated in a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device driven by two of their members killing and wounding many of the last remaining Syrian armed forces defenders. A branch of the Muhajireen Brigade was involved in the 2013 Latakia Offensive. In August 2013, Batirashvili released a statement announcing the expulsion of one of his commanders, Emir Saifullah, and 27 of his men from the group. Batirashvili accused the men of embezzlement and stirring up the animosity of local Syrians against the foreign fighters by indulging in takfir excommunication against other Muslims. However, Saifullah denied these allegations in a statement and claimed that it was because he had refused to join the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant with Batirashvili. In late 2013, Batirashvili was replaced as leader of Jaish al-Muhajireen wal-Ansar by another Chechen commander known as Salahuddin, as most of the Chechen members of the group did not support Batirashvili's oath of allegiance to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant in November due to their pre-existing oath to Dr. Umarov, leader of the Caucasus Emirate. For a time, Batirashvili lived with his family in a large villa owned by a businessman in the town of Huratan just northwest of Aleppo. Batirashvili is among a dozen or so Georgian natives, mostly ethnic Chechens and Kists from the Pangazi Gorge, who are fighting in the Syrian civil war. Other fighters from Georgia who have become prominent commanders are Rulan Mashalikashvili, who was killed during fighting in Aleppo in February 2014, and Muslim Margashvili, a veteran fighter who fought in Chechnya and Jestan before fleeing to Turkey and ultimately going to Syria. References